Isaiah 46 is a particularly rich chapter in what is perhaps one of the most important books of the Old Testament. For Jews and Christians alike, the passage is important as hailing the coming of the Messiah, the bird of prey from the east, the man for my purpose from a far country. Jews would later interpret the prophecy as referring to the rise of Cyrus the Great of Persia, who freed the Israelites from their captivity and exile in Babylon when he conquered that city. For Christians, this and much of the book of Isaiah presages the coming of Christ, with the statement that deliverance is not far off and salvation will not tarry, being particularly appropriate to Advent. Apart from the coming of the Messiah, a major theme woven through this chapter and through the whole of Isaiah is, I am God, and there is no other. The point has been made in earlier books of the Bible that God is the creator, that he is superior to any other deity that might be worshipped by transgressing Israelites or by other peoples, that the worship of idols is not to be tolerated. But Isaiah is the first place where it is made unmistakably clear that there are no other gods and that idols are nothing but graven images. As the prophet says, if one cries out to it, it does not answer or save anyone from trouble. Isaiah views the captivity of the Israelites as arising from trust put into false gods. They cannot save the burden, but themselves go into captivity. This is perhaps a reference to the practice in the ancient Middle East, that when one people conquered another, they would commonly take the idols of the conquered people and bring them in triumph to the land of the conqueror. Babylon was the conquering aggressor in this instance, but the records of Babylon itself are filled with occasions where people like the Assyrians would carry off the statue of the chief Babylonian god Marduk. It would appear many of the Israelites took to worshipping idols, and the prophet points out, those idols seem unable even to save themselves. The richest meaning in the passage for me is found with, these things you carry are loaded as burdens on weary animals. The prophet goes on to speak of idols, but there can be broader meaning. As Christmas approaches, it can be easy to focus on the modern-day material aspects of the festival, and indeed to be overwhelmed by them. Isaiah 46 points to the futility of lavishing gold from the purse and weighing out silver in the scale to decorate an idol. Perhaps it can equally be questioned whether the enjoyment and meaning of Christmas are really best realized through lavish spending. Isaiah 46 carries the promise, I bring near my deliverance, it is not far off, and my salvation will not tarry. The end of the year is nigh. A Merry Christmas, one and all.